Alright, what's up everyone? RaincloudGaming here. I'm sorry I've been away such a long time. I've done like one video, what is it, in the last 2 or 3 months. I've just been pretty busy with this and that. Work and such like. Had some family come visit me in Tokyo, which took quite a lot of dealing with. But I'm about to have quite a lot more time to do gaming and stuff on YouTube coming up, so that's going to be great. I've got a lot of videos to be working on, a lot of ideas and stuff, but I thought what better way to get back in the game after my little Waves video the other day than to do a good old-fashioned pacifism livecom. So let's do this thing. Whoops. So well, why not start here? Leaderboard. There's our man Flyfry, 12.9 billion. Jesus Christmas. What a score, what a guy. Absolutely amazing. I think we all knew he was due for a big score, but wowza. I can't remember if I've done a commentary on this already or not, but once again, congratulations man, it's an incredible score. Silverlord with a mere 12.5 billion. Mr. Donny, Nessarak, those are the guys. The leading pack, the rest of us trying to chase down. So let's do this thing. I've got a feeling there's something big coming up. As you can see, I've got the well, I don't know if you can hear this, so I'm testing out the livecom option on the Elgato capture card, which I haven't used before, rather than using a external mic. I might need to turn down the volume on the TV, one sec. Don't want that interfering. So it's always good to try out new things, new ways of doing things. I traditionally listen to music when I'm playing. Like when I hit 9.94 in my high school back in the day, I remember I was listening to a soundtrack to an anime called Planities, my favourite anime. So it's quite indelibly burned into my mind. So I'm a big fan of listening to music when I play, but sometimes I feel like it's distracting me trying to find the right music and changing tracks and stuff, so I thought maybe go back to the actual music from the game for a while and see if that helps at all. That's also partly because I've been playing different modes recently. After well, Silverlord's really encouraging me to try out Waves, and I finally got motivation to sit down and play it. I don't know about you guys, but I always found Waves very hard to play for a sustained period of time. Like it's such a short game mode, and I'll die so instantly. I couldn't really see where the fun of it was. But having now really put in the effort, I'm really starting to enjoy it. Like, trying to do the early stage well is a lot of fun. Although it's very rare for me, when you get to the crazy mode, it's crazy. It's really, really cool. And I remember when I previously hit my high score, I wasn't just playing passive, I was playing Waves, I was playing Evolve, and I'm sure it helps to do that sort of thing. Plus, you know, there's such great modes anyway, why not do it? You're missing out on 5, 6 of the game if you're only playing one mode. So it's definitely a good thing to do. So I put up a 20 million score in Waves a while ago. Thanks everyone for watching that and for your nice feedback. Almost immediately I was chatting with Flyfry on Xbox, and I was suggesting he should play it. I figured if I'm getting into it as a fellow pacifism player, I'm sure he will too. And he was saying the same thing I always felt, which is it's definitely a cool mode. Definitely a cool mode, but can you really play it for a while? And then I got a message from him saying he'd hit like 10 gates in a row. I think his high score now is like 35 million. So that guy, he can just roll, you know? He is a damn fine joint to this player. Anyway, I haven't replied to my private messages. I meant to, but my next aim is I guess try and catch his score. Nice to have a competition between us. Waves noobs, trying to get something good. There aren't a huge number of Waves videos on YouTube that I've seen. Like, there's obviously Thor's classic, absolute classic one, and Manchester City ID GW2 Waves on YouTube is got an incredible one. And obviously my man Staggy G has done some really fun, excellent videos, Waves videos, so I was watching loads of it. But apart from those guys, maybe I've missed out some obvious ones, but I can't see a whole lot on there, so I'll definitely be wanting to do some more Waves, if and when, and if the opportunity arises. But right now, I'm not playing Waves. I'm not playing Waves at all, I'm playing pacifism. I've not really hit any good scores for about 6 months in this game, but I really wasn't playing it much until recently. I've been getting back into it. I was struggling a little bit before, but that's no big deal. I know it does take time sometimes, and high scores come when you least expect. All kinds of things happen when you least expect. So I'm really just trying to enjoy it, which is another thing that playing Waves is good for. Helps to remind you that this is a game, it's not a job. If you're not feeling one mode, then you should just try another. So what else is in the news? Well, nice-ish anyway. Flip. I'm trying to swear less. I was listening back to some of my old live commentaries the other day, and man, I used to swear a lot. And yeah, it was during my period of long-term unemployment where I just become completely desocialized for more polite conventions. I was just swearing like a sailor on crack. I don't know much about that at all, so I swear less. Rude. Of course, it can be best for you to do as well. Where's I going? Yeah, it's been a while. 2014 is upon us. New Year in Japan is a funny old thing. You can certainly go out for an evening, do a sort of convention on New Year's. Last year I went out in Shibuya, really lively parts of Tokyo, and we were going crazy out in the street. That was really fun. But in general, fuck. In general, it's kind of a quieter affair. I think like Christmas time, Christmas Eve in particular, more of a kind of party time, you know? No snow here in Tokyo so far, unfortunately, but it certainly seems cold enough. One big reason why I haven't been uploading, I've got to admit, is I just absolutely cannot stand the whole Google Plus thing. Like, I know I should be over this by now, but I'm really not. Like, and I did not want a Google Plus account, and the way they've forced us to have one, it's really, I wanted to swear aside, it's real fucking bullshit. And so I resisted it for a while. I was taking the option of just keeping the YouTube account and not having Google Plus account. But then it meant I couldn't reply to those comments anymore, and that's what I enjoy most about doing YouTube, so I had to do one in the end. I've tried to just disable everything about it, so to all intents and purposes, hopefully it doesn't exist. No offense to anyone who does like Google Plus, good luck to you, but I just got no interest in having it. I know it's YouTubers, Google's, product, it's they own it, so they can do what they want. I don't actually have to use YouTube. I could use another video service if I wanted to, but I don't know, the whole thing just leaves a bad taste in the mouth. What are you going to do now? Use Vimeo? I'd like to see that. Yeah, but there's nothing much I can do. No one's gonna. YouTube is just too damn good to stop using, and they know that, that's why they can do this, I guess. So ultimately, later. I probably should try and make the most of it, but yeah, Waves is for a start, the soundtrack to Waves is amazing. Like, I think one reason I stopped listening to the Pacifism soundtrack is just because I heard it so much, and it's not the most fun soundtrack, I don't think. It's really cool, and it's great when you don't detonate any gates, or you don't kill any enemies. You can detonate gates, and actually it looks really cool when you detonate a gate without any enemies near it. It almost creates like a firework effect, and you can really see like colours you don't normally get to see. So I'll try and showcase that in a second. I'll just do some detonation without getting any blues. It looks really cool. So that's, yeah, the way the soundtrack kind of waits until you actually start playing the game properly. I love that. Well, it's those little touches that just make the game such an amazing package, you know. I'm playing really bad at it. Yeah. But I don't think the soundtrack is the most entertaining. But Waves, it's just so good, and it really fits the standard like model of a normal game really well. Like the kind of tense beginning. In fact, I might play some. I'm playing so badly. I'm gonna play some Waves. Check this out. So look at the colours. Pretty. Purple and pink there. Let me zoom in. I can't really. That's bad. So I like that. It's so satisfying when you do a good job of chasing the waves and really just annihilating them. And now I'm really trying to make my kind of mid-game play more effective. Like I'm trying to kind of sustain the intensity, not just let it all go until much later. By which I mean, it's so tempting just to go to the bottom of the screen early and just try and stay there and create a little sort of safe space. But if you do that, then there's so many more enemies to worry about on the screen. So, in some ways, it's very much. I shouldn't automatically do this, but I can't help but compare it to Pacifism. Like in Pacifism, you get to a certain point where you just feel like it's easier to run away, and you need to try and avoid that as long as you can. And instead, just keep on attacking. That way, you just create some conditions whereby you can survive much longer by keeping the enemies on the run. That's nice. It's really, really nice. Keeping enemies on the run, not letting them build up kind of momentum on you, where things just explode in your face. In the same way, in Waves, I think you need to be just being so diligent with eliminating the waves as long as you can, not going into your little hidey hole. I mean, when you do go into the hidey hole, I guess you need to keep on trying to kind of spread your fire as wide as you can. And obviously keeping an eye on where enemies are coming from, dodging around them very well. I mean, you can listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about here, really. Such a noob. But hopefully I'll have more ways to show you in the future. And also, I mean, Evolved is such a great mode, and I feel like they're both, in some ways, I guess they're the opposites of each other. Waves, you've got one life, it's really short. Evolved, multiple lives, it's very long. Very, very long. If you play well, if you do badly, then it's over before you guess anyway. Also, the soundtrack to Evolved is amazing. It's so cool how I think it's probably the most all-round mode, right? all the enemies from the game appearing in it, as far as I'm aware. Or maybe not. There's one that weird jellyfish thing. You know, one in Sequence. You don't get involved in. So I guess I don't know. It seems to me it's just a supreme mode. I'd love to get good at it. It's so cool when you get into the flow, when you're taking out the bombs in the corner. I just love it. I mean, rubbish. It's great. So I definitely want to play some Evolved. Just try and do some more videos out of that. I won't always have music on because one of the things I like about making videos is using my own sound. For the time being, while I'm getting into them, it's fun to play with music on. Just enjoy the game as it was intended, you know. So apart from Geometry Wars, apart from bitching about Google Plus, what else is going on? Cloudville. Well, as I say, I've got material. I could have been putting out videos a while ago if I spent more time. I don't want to say too much about what I've got planned, but for sure my Shenmue series is definitely going to carry on. It's far too long since the first and only episode of that series. I'm going to be doing some more on that. Like, because things are getting pretty excited. Alright, let's play some Waves because this is just air. We had some pretty good news on the Shenmue front. It seems like Sony has shown some interest in bringing the game to PlayStation 4. Now this, I've got very mixed feelings about this. I've made my feelings about PlayStation only before. I don't want to own a PlayStation, I want to play on it. But Shenmue is the only game that can change my tune on that. Shenmue 3. I would definitely buy PlayStation 4. Just to play Shenmue 3. Yeah, that Sony? Yeah. So that would be nice. To play that. But yeah, I've got one video of it's kind of for Shenmue. Ooh, that could have been good. I've got one somewhat Shenmue related video to come. Coming real soon. And I just need to get my butt in gear and start work on the other one. I've got so many ideas I think can be really fun. So definitely more Shenmue to come. As you guys know, I've been building up, kind of battling the large array of retro games I've been just finding around stores here in Tokyo. So I really want to do something with those. I mean, well, you'll see in an upcoming video just what's been going on. Things are taking a turn for dangerously obsessive. So I need to justify that expenditure somehow. Lord knows if playing the game to get into it. So hopefully it'll be like, I've really enjoyed the retro games I've done playthroughs of previously. And actually those are the ones that keep building up views. Like apart from my big pacifism video, I've got the most views now for Panzer Dragoon videos. Those keep getting views. I like that game, and they're right to do so. Not that I do this for these course, but it just shows there's people want to see that stuff. Hopefully some of my retro game stuff might see this video even though it's jumping. So if they are, then there's some more Sega stuff and Nintendo to come. A little while ago I put up this video of this game Windrunner, which is a mobile phone game. It's very popular in Japan, I think, as well. And it's based on this app online, which also is in Japan and Korea. But I think they're trying to make it happen in Europe and the States too. It's a pretty fun game. It's got flaws, that's for sure. I do like it. Try to do some more on that. Oh, come on, you miss the arrows, you miss the greens, and blue kills you. To tell you the truth, guys, I'm not really playing very well. My mind is somewhat elsewhere, but I really wanted to do a video just to touch in and say hi to you all. Seems like a lot of the you guys are not really having a chance to play at the moment. I think actually, I'm sure you guys saw his video, Fry's been busy with moving and new job and stuff. And I guess enjoying the glamour that comes with being #1 in pacifism. And I'm messaging Tim Doney, he's been out of the game for a while, but it sounds like he'll be back soon. So it's been pretty quiet on the YouTube Geometry front. But this game's never gonna die. What am I talking about? Actually, there are loads of guys releasing stuff, and I need to get around to watching them. So, a little shout out firstly to, I don't know how to say his name. I just say the Wizard. It's spelled like that with a C in there. So yeah, the Wizard. He's now, what is he, number 6? I think just behind. Yeah, I mean, like a few points behind Danny Outlaw. He's been uploading stuff, pacifism and non-pacifism modes, which is really cool. So there's a whole lot of videos of his I need to watch. Concluded Fever has been absolutely jumping up the ranks in, I believe, Deadline and Sequence. And I think he's done an Evolve video as well. So those are 2 guys worth checking out. Also, Foundations of Pause. He's been releasing quite a few pacifism videos. So simultaneous shout-outs and apologies to all these guys. I really mean to watch their stuff. But I've been so busy I've hardly watched any YouTubers. But when I do, actually I think the Wizard put up a really cool video of it. It had like hits on like 8 or 9 consecutive billion runs, which is insane. Like 5 billion, 4 billion, and some slightly lower ones, but it was real good. So yeah, disregard completely what I was saying before. There's plenty of Geometry Wars stuff out there, and I'll put some links in the description to make the finding thereof more. So I'm trying to play one-handed here, just because I'm not doing too well two-handed, and as the charming and charismatic Silverlock will tell you, when Ronnie O'Sullivan, the greatest snooker player of all time, is having a rough time, he switches hand that he plays with. Now I can't do that, but what I can do is play one hand. That's another thing actually, a really cool thing that Wizard did, and I'm meaning to contribute to this. He did a series, he's doing a series, where he's trying to get the best score he can playing with right hand. Now I assume that, like me, he mainly plays with his left. And I tried playing my right a while ago, and it was amazing how difficult it is. Like your mind is saying to you to do the usual things, but the hand just can't do it. It's so, like, such embodied muscle memory. It just wasn't possible. It's getting these terrible scores, but I'd like to do that. Maybe, you know, all of us pacifism obsessors could do it. It could be really fun little mini competition, which I think was what his intention was in the first place. Jeez. Yeah, one hand is not really working. So, I'm not worried about my pacifism play. I mean, yeah, it's just live on. I hit 600 down the line. I'm not worried about my pacifism form because I know that it comes and goes with the seasons. But it would be nice to hit something good. Like I was playing really well in the summer. Like around April time, I hit my last 9 bill, a cheeky 9.4. And I hit like a couple of 7 billions, 6 billions. And, none of those were really threatening to get anything much bigger. But things can happen really quickly. I think if I just kept going at it, then something special might have happened. And then I just I just got busy with a lot of stuff at work, which kind of lost momentum a little bit. What I just need to do is just do it more consistently. Get back into just doing it a lot more. And I'm sure it will come. But as I was saying, it's kind of nice. It's not nice not to be getting high scores, but it's nice to be able to treat it like a game again. For a while there, I was really taking it very seriously, not really having much joy from it. It ain't no good. In other news, like I was saying, I had some guests over for Christmas, New Year, which is really nice. And what it means is I'm now amazing at playing a tour guide, showing people around, around Tokyo. So, if any of my YouTube buddies want to pay a visit, I mean, Tokyo is like it's heaven for gamers. There are so many arcades, even though they are shutting down here like everywhere else in the world. There's still lots of them. And the game stores, they're just even the little ones. It's incredible. So, any of my buddies here, more welcome to pay a visit. I'll show you around Nakano and Akihabara and all the places that I didn't get to take my parents to because they wouldn't be interested. If they would, I should have tried. If any of you guys are embroiled in the next generation of games, I haven't really followed anything what's going on with that Xbox One. Obviously not PlayStation 4 because I didn't get consoles. Xbox One though, certainly. I'll be very interested to hear what people are making of that. As you guys know, or some of you might remember, I'm a big Alan Wake fan, and although Alan Wake 2 doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon, I'm really intrigued about a new game from Remedy, the company who make it, Quantum Break. I haven't really heard how it's done. Like, hopefully it's sold well, because Remedy are a really cool developer, and I'd like to see them get them success they deserve. But also, in more selfish terms, if Quantum Break does well, then obviously we're more likely to see Alan Wake 2, which I know basically they want to make. I would love to play. So, if Alan Wake 2 came out, I guess I'd consider getting an Xbox One. Like those are the two games that would make me buy a console. Alan Wake 2, Shenmue 3. Yeah. I tell you, the more I play Wake, the more I see it being played, on YouTube and such. It's just, if you haven't played it, no, it's too bad. It's such a great game. But even now there's still new bits I'm discovering, and the atmosphere is so unique. The balance it strikes between horror, thriller, it's just a good game. So there's that, Quantum Break. I'd love to hear if anyone's played that, what it's like, or what sort of reception it's getting in the gaming press. Also, Crimson Dragon, which I understand is a spiritual successor to Panzer Dragoon. Spiritual successor, don't they just make an actual successor? Panzer Dragoon 3. Whatever you want to call it. I love a new Panzer Dragoon game. But anyway, so I don't know what company now will be responsible for it. So Team Andromeda made Saturn PD games, and I think it was Smilebit who made Orta. I don't know exactly if it was members of Andromeda, if they joined Smilebit or formed it or what. So I don't know if Smilebit. Hey, sorry about that guys, a little technical mishap. But now I'm back in the game. So I'm currently trying out the LiveCom option on the Elgato capture card, which I haven't done before. Normally I've just used an external mic to record my voice, or a different program on the computer, and then I have to sync it up in like post-production. It's kind of a pain in the ass trying to do that, so hopefully this will work well. See how it comes out in the final cut. But I'm actually going to have to go in a sec, because I'm kind of in a busy day today. It's going to be so sweet, I think in a couple of weeks time when things will clear up properly and I'll be able to really dedicate some time again to YouTube and to gaming. So I'll say fairly well for now. I hope you guys are all well, having a good 2014 and racking up those high scores in Geometry Wars, and I'll see you all soon.